welcome to Coreum Concepts. Thanks for joining my channel today. Just going to take a quick look at the markets. Got some exciting Coreum news. Big AMA with Sologenic today to introduce Otto Nino and Eric Holtz, the new marketing team at Sologenic. So I'll recap that a little bit and let's get into it. Total crypto market cap is just on the top side of the 1 trillion mark today at 1.02. Gold's coming in at 1917, silver 2358, and the DXY coming in at 101.86. Coreum today is still sitting up a little bit at that, just under 42 cents. Sologenic's coming in just under 16 cents at 15.97. XRP just under 41 cents. Bitcoin 23,561. Markets rallied a little bit today on the good news from the Fed that good times are still ahead apparently. And ever so quietly, the Coreum Testnet goes live. Looks like possibly February 1st. It's tracking the price of Coreum in US dollars, sitting at 42 cents. Market cap 210 million. They have inflation rate set at 10%. APR at 23.75%. Reminder, this is just the DevNet. This is just for testing, so not necessarily going to be like that on the live net, mainnet. Yeah, just nice to see it up and running. These numbers don't really mean a lot to me at the moment. It's just nice to see that everything's heading the right direction, including the price. Over at the audit, we had a nice jump up to 29% completed, so still no real change in its overall status. Numbers just up a little bit, so more positive trajectory. Before we get into the AMA discussion here, I just wanted to share this tweet from Skills45. Great AMA today, solo team. Welcome aboard, Otto and Eric. Otto is on it, setting up proper licenses, looking at different jurisdictions for the best proper framework, expand the asset classes, stocks, ETFs, global access, tokenization, Solo Nation. What I really wanted to share out of that tweet was this great picture that went along with it. This thing of ours showing the solo team there, so great job. So in addition to the AMA today, Sologenic also made an announcement that it has released the software development kit, the SDK, for NFTs. So projects and individuals can now integrate Sologenic's XRPL minting and trading methodology on third-party sites and applications. Go solo, keep building. Some functions include mint multiple NFTs sequentially, manage NFT buy and sell offers, retrieve data from collections listed on Sologenic's marketplace. This release signals a new phase for the Sologenic ecosystem to expand, favoring utility-driven NFT use cases. So let's get into the updates from the AMA that was held today. Unfortunately, they had some technical difficulties, so if you go to their website to get the link, it's going to take you to a 16-minute video. That was the one that didn't work out. The audio was glitching out, so just continue on. They posted in the comments here, there's a link to the recording of the AMA here today, so I really encourage everybody to take a listen to that. I'll post a link to it in the comments below the video. I'll sum it up here the best I can for you. Though it's lots of great information from the team. It was nice to meet the new marketing team there, so let's go. So the main point of the meeting here, they asked me anything here today, was likely just to introduce the two new members of the Sologenic team. So it was an addition of Otto Nino, he's the product owner, securities market department, and Eric Stoltz, business development, the securities market department. They both come from distinguished backgrounds. Looks like they're going to be very positive addition to the Sologenic ecosystem. There's no doubt about that. I went into their backgrounds a little bit in the previous video, so I'm not going to rehash all of that, other than to say really nice to see them on board, and after meeting them both on the AMA today, they both seem like very, very great guys to have on the team. So Otto wanted to stress that he'd like the community to really start testing the tokenization features on sologenic.com on the test account there. It's be very helpful to the team and them just to have a lot more people utilizing it and seeing what everybody does, and for us to give feedback, good, bad, and otherwise, so that they can have a very polished product. They're obviously getting something ready to go with this pilot project that they have announced, so the more they can polish it up, the better. So it was emphasized to really get on there and try it out, play around, tokenize some assets, and help them out a lot. So if that's all they're asking, it's just a bit of our time. It's the least we can do. So Bob and team also spoke to the obvious thing we've all been waiting for is the licensing to be able to actually operate the tokenization of Sologenic's full capabilities. So they have three-pronged approach to this that they're taking. Obviously, they've already applied in the United States. They're with the Ripple case with the SEC, likely nothing's going to come of that until that's settled. Everybody's pretty skittish around that whole ecosystem until that case is resolved. You can't really fault them for that. That's fairly obvious. The second thing that these two that they did announce, though, is they're trying a pilot program, and that would mean that they would acquire a small broker dealer's license in a broker dealer license in a smaller jurisdiction somewhere, and initiate a pilot program, and that way they'll be able to demonstrate everything up and running, and that makes it easier to get adoption once you have it out on the market being tested and utilized. And then the third is they're just looking for more crypto-friendly areas to get licensing in, and Bob referenced the UAE has got crypto regulations in place in a crypto-friendly environment. So they're exploring that in three different angles. I'm sure they want it up and running as bad or more than we do. So he said they will definitely update on any new developments with that. He did also speak to the solo cards. They're close. They ended up finding a technology that it's going to be in a non-custodial card. So they obviously would prefer that. As Bob stated earlier in the call, that everything that Sologenic builds and designs is always meant to be as decentralized as possible. So obviously with the capabilities of having a decentralized credit card, it was worth their weight. But he did say that there's going to be two versions. One's going to be a $150 limit that anybody in any jurisdiction can use because it has minimal to possibly no KYC. But you can do as many of those as you want in a day. So you're not restricted by the $150 limit in a day, just per card. So, and then also the second card is going to have a $10,000 limit. That one's going to be full KYC and onboarding. They also talked about similar KYC and onboarding right with the Sologenic tokenization platform and how that would all work and integrate. So it's very interesting, definitely worth a listen. No sense me trying to rehash it on here. It was a fairly short call, obviously, just because the technical problems at the start kind of ate up into the time a bit. So for the amount of time it takes to listen to the AMA, I highly recommend it. So yeah, really informative AMA. Just my rough interpretation of it. Obviously, they didn't speak to any dates or anything like that, but from what they said in there, it means to me that we could possibly be playing with some tokenization as early as Q3, Q4 of 2023 if everything went well with the pilot project. To me, that seems like the quickest and path of least resistance to getting it on the market, but you never know. The SEC and the US legal system may surprise us here one of these days, one of these years. But yeah, so everything's really positive with that, guys, and I just wanted to do an update today just to share that and give you an idea of what was going on today. And yeah, thanks again everybody for supporting my channel. We blew way past my 100 subscriber goal for mainnet March 24th. So I don't know, it might be a little too bold to shoot for 500 by then, but 500 is the next obvious goal. So let's see if we can do it by mainnet. Thank you all. Peace and prosperity to you all.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
in preparation for Max Q. Max Q is the
supersonic.
Max Q is the largest structural load that the vehicle will see on ascent.
Max Q.
There's that call out that we have passed through Max Q. Now next up, we do have 4 events happening. That will be MECO, stage separation, SES-1, and then fairing deployment. MECO is main engine cutoff, and that's where all 9 of those engines that you see right now lit up on the first stage, those will shut down and help slow the stage down in preparation for stage separation. That will be when the first stage separates from the second stage. First stage will make its way back down to Earth and land on our drone ship. Just read the instructions.